I wasn't gonna do a live video today, but you know, she put content out, so what else am I supposed to do besides comment? Okay. Um, so apparently, oh, let me switch sides because you know we all know the lighting isn't good here. Okay. I was eating some soupy, some papita. So, um, I just got to work, and today was a doozy. Okay. I'm like, what the fudge? Can we have a day that is not eventful? Can we please? Please, 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 pretty please. Okay. Okay. So I was gonna do a live video today, but I mean I've been through something similar, so I want to pass my knowledge. Okay. All right. So Miss Liv, apparently somebody caught her slipping at a Walmart. Okay. They took pictures and everything. She wasn't looking her catfish self, you know. We all know she's a catfish queen. She took the title right from under me, okay? I was a catfish queen. Not anymore. I graciously gave up the title. But so she was at Walmart with her bonnet, which she goes live in her bonnet. I'm surprised why she's upset. You know what I mean? She goes live like that all the time. But I think it's because it was the full body shot. You know what I mean? And we usually just see this from her. That's it. You know? So she's pregnant, so just blame it on the pregnancy. Like, what do you want to do? People are always going to have a problem with you, but you can't let it bother you. For example, we all go through this. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The other day, when Yanni Bonnie B and Podcast Bay were, you know, kind of going back and forth, that, you know, they had a disagreement. And do you remember when this ties together? Do you remember when Kels said, well, they said you told me to stay with Chrissy and to stay over there because I'm her friend. Kels let something bother her. Kels believed somebody's word, basically, a rumor. Because if it's not here, remember what I said? If it's not said here in your face, it didn't happen, okay? If they can't come to you, to your face and tell you, it didn't happen, okay? So that's my example. If somebody spots you in public and you're not looking the greatest, okay? Who cares what they say? These are all people on the internet. We only comment on her and do videos is because she's a public figure and she lies. She be lying all the time, okay? And so we just try to make sense of everything that she puts up, okay? So then when she calls us people with mommy issues, of course we got to reply, you know, that we're merely trying to sort out her bullshit, okay? So what? Just blame it on your pregnancy. And I'm not on her side or anything like that, but she's letting it, she says it doesn't bother her. And she says that she's one of God's favorites and she's chosen. Okay. People who are God's favorites and chosen don't walk around and say they are God's favorite and chosen. And if you take a look at what has transpired in Liv's life, you can see some lessons have been learned repeatedly, overs and overs. Even getting pregnant out of wedlock is another cycle she's in. Okay, that's a cycle. That's a generational curse that she needs to overcome, that she just can't quite learn that lesson. She allegedly was saying that she was celibate, which I think she was making fun of me because everybody knows I'm celibate and I have not, unless there's a ring, no me toques. No me toques, okay? And I know she was on my page because I have screenshots and video of her when I did that video about is AJ real and the conspiracy theories that were going around in this sector, okay? So she came and she commented, she put ha 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 or LOL. I never commented back because I'm not finna go back and forth with her. Um, so I left her there. I didn't comment. So I know she was on my page around that time because I was talking more about it then, which is why I've stopped talking about it because that's nobody's business. But anyways, that's when she started saying she was celibate because I was saying I was celibate. She started saying around the time she was hanging around when she put that comment on my page, um, laughing or whatever. So I think that's where she got the idea. And also, I just so happened to be on a journey as well. So to me, I felt like she was making fun of me because of it, but you can't make fun of this, okay? I make fun of myself, okay? And just it's just all of this that's happening to her is her basically her K word, karma, okay? What you put out in the universe is what you get back, okay? She's been nothing but nasty and ugly to everybody, so now everybody in turn, is turning around and they're getting back at her by taking photos of her at Walmart or whatever, you know. And that just comes with part of the territory. People were passing by my house last year. Okay, they still do pass by. I catch them every once in a while. I do have cameras too. People were going to my work. Did I let that bother me? No, I just kept on moving. It was overwhelming, I will say. These people were very dedicated on the takedown, okay? But I didn't let it break me. I didn't because I knew who I am, or I know, obviously, obviously, I know who I am, and I know what was being said about me was not true. And I just kept it moving because I had places I needed to go, I had lessons I needed to learn, and I had to continue, or I was going to, like, it was a big ass distraction. Like, all these, like, it was a lot of people. Like, they would stay at the hotel I worked at. Like, it was a whole thing. I mean, these people knew everybody, okay? They knew everybody. And they would say nasty things to my face. I couldn't say anything because I was at work, but luckily, I've been on YouTube for a little bit and people used to tell me shit for no reason. So I kind of was able to learn how to deal with that because I'm not used to people not liking me because everybody loves me. Well, they did. Until I, began my spiritual journey and started speaking out on my beliefs and whatnot. People didn't really like me so much anymore. But before, everybody used to love me, and it was definitely an eye-opening experience. Okay, and people were passing by my house and they were hacking my phone. They were getting photos of me through my phone, me naked, me with nothing on, me in my period panties. Like, that's how humiliated I was, okay? These people were looking at me at random times of the day. And my phone started doing like a little glitch or something. So I knew when I was being hacked, They were able to hack my phone. So it's a whole thing. But I didn't let it bother. At least nobody has seen you in your underwear live like me, okay? People saw me in my butt ass underwear. And then they would go online on Facebook and comment about what kind of underwear I was wearing that day. Like, now that's creepy. That is creepy, okay? So that was happening to me, okay? All my friends turned their back on me. People were talking shit about me. Like, I had nobody. That's why I was coming here and talking, because I didn't have anybody to talk to at that time. And it is overwhelming and it is a lot. But the difference between me and Liv is I didn't do anything. Well, I was talking shit online, but not, I mean, come on. To stalk me, to hack my phone and look at me naked, like, come on. Come on. It was very intrusive. And then I couldn't even do anything about it because they technically weren't doing anything illegal and I had no way to prove who exactly it was. I had an idea, but I never got to the bottom of that, you know? And I just feel when it's time for that to be uncovered, it'll be uncovered. I left it to God because it was too much for me. I was trying to, because I'm true crime, okay? I love true crime. It's my life. I love it. I do it all the time. And I watch a lot of true crime since I was little. But I was like, this is too much. This is just overwhelming. And I had to just put my hands up and I gave it to God. And I was like, you know what? this too much. Okay. I can't do this, you know, and because I had goals I had to do. I had to learn everything all over again. I had to learn how to, I had to learn a lot of shit. Okay. I had a lot of lessons to learn. So it was, but those are distractions. Those are things that, you know, people coming at you. That's all, it was all a distraction, but I just ignored everything and everyone that does not serve me. I cut everybody out, and I just kept going, you know, because I mean, what could you do? I was outnumbered. Like it was literally just me, and I'm not the type to go and ask for help from anybody. I work best alone, you know what I mean? So I didn't, and I couldn't say what was happening to me. I would just go online and like talk shit to, and oh fuck you, you fucking bitch, you know. I would say so, but nobody knew who I was talking about or anything like that, you know what I mean? So I couldn't tell anybody, because when I would tell somebody, like they're like, you're crazy, like that's not happening. And I'm like, so I just was like, you know what? Nobody believes me. There's nothing I can do. They're technically not breaking the law until I find out who it is. So I had to give up. I just left it alone, and they eventually stopped. It eventually stopped. I ended up having to have my house checked. Like it was the whole thing. It was the whole thing. Okay, but I had to learn how to trust people again, because I know it was just certain people, you know what I mean? So I can't, I cut everybody out, and I was like, I can't, I have to eventually open up and trust people, have friends, go places. I can't just be by myself, you know, even though I would love that, you know, but that's not how the world works, okay? I had to learn to trust again, because for somebody to violate you like that, it's pretty tough, especially because it all started on somebody who just didn't like me, because for whatever reason they didn't like me, and they just decided to be mean to me, and got a whole bunch of people to be against me. And I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. If, you know, like I had to let it go and forgive, because whatever issues they, you know, it was hard to forgive, because I mean, come on, I was naked, you know. I couldn't, like for a long time I didn't shower with my phone in my, I always listen to the radio with my phone, and I was like, I couldn't even have my phone anywhere near me. Like it was a whole thing. It was a whole fucking thing. And eventually it stopped when they saw it was boring, and I wasn't, because people were saying like that I was like a type of person that I wasn't a homebody, that I was a callejera, that I was fucking selling my nalgas or whatever. So they were trying to see the action, and then when they see I'm a fucking boring ass bitch, they're like, they keep up, you know. They're like, this bitch ain't gonna do shit. No, I told y'all I was boring. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, so in life, we all go through things like that. That happens in middle school, grade school, high school. As adults, it's always gonna happen to you. You're always gonna come, or somebody's just not gonna like you because your light shines so fucking bright, you know, and they're just gonna fuck with you. Just that's just how people are. I don't know, or whatever. You just ignore it. That's all I know. Just move on and stop talking to those people. Stop entertaining. You know, if somebody's not your friend or doesn't want to communicate with you, doesn't want to, just let everybody go and just go where you're wanted. You know what I mean? And for Liv, she has to stop coming online and saying it doesn't bother her. It bothers her, obviously, because she looks bothered. She has a lot of other things that she needs to worry about, more lessons to learn, because this is just the beginning, Liv. This is just the beginning, okay? But you have to keep on going. Even her, like, come on. And I don't want anybody to think that I don't like her or that I hate her. I don't even know her. What I don't like is she steals from people, or not steals from people. She lies to people for monetary gain. That's what I don't like. And she's gotten free passes this whole time, and that's not right. I'm not saying I hate her or anything like that, and I don't ever want her to get her kids. I want her to get her kids, because that's where children belong, with their mother. And you know, nobody's perfect. I wasn't always like a good mom. I had my issues too. I was a young mom too, you know. And we all go through things. Some people do, some people don't, you know, whatever. But we always go through something in our life that It's a big ass lesson, okay? And this is just all her lies catching up to her. You know, the reality show. My baby has Down syndrome. Gerard's trying to kill me. Gerard threw a bag at me. All of that is catching up to her. And she is so prideful. She runs to the internet and she comes and she says, oh, it doesn't bother me. But it does bother her. It's supposed to bother you because this is your lesson. You're supposed to feel how you made all those people feel when you lied to them or talked to them, the way you talked to them, the way you treated Gerard the time when you had the children all the time and you were keeping him and when you refused his child support. Remember that? Now, guess what? You're on child support. Do you see how it all comes back to you? Every single thing that you do, whatever energy you put out in the universe, it's coming right back to you, baby. It's coming right back to you. And she cannot say that it does not bother her because you know what? She's just going to get hit harder. She's just going to get hit harder. Okay. And she's not quite down there yet because she's still very prideful. And she should be. I'm over here moving. But I'm telling you, like, this is part of the journey. The journey you were saying you're on, well, you're on it. And this is how it goes. And at the end, like where I'm at, I'm like at the end, like I just have like a couple things I need to let go, you know. Just a couple things and I'm good, you know. But I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, you know what? The way I think now is totally different. The way I operate, the way I function on a day-to-day basis is so different. And that's what this journey, a real journey, takes you through. It is lessons that make you stronger, a better person, a better human being, a better parent, a better friend, a better sister, better daughter, like everything. Like you're just a better person. Everything I've known in my whole life, it's out the window. like everything has changed about me. Even my appearance, like I look different, you know, in a good way. Because once you process each thing that you go through in life, you have to understand why things happen to you, setbacks, betrayals, everything. You have to process everything. You cannot just push it back for later because it's gonna that's why I was crying a couple weeks ago. Remember when I was crying and I said I was overwhelmed and I can't take this anymore? Remember? That was childhood trauma that I was trying to process, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to because it was a lot that I went through, and it was hard, but I did it, and it was very freeing. Like I feel free now that I was able to say it, to say what happened to me, and because I had never said it to anybody. But when I was able to let that go and just forgive those people for what they did to me, bitch, look at me. Like it just felt so good. And I was like, it only took me a fucking couple days. Like, why didn't I do that like a long time ago? Like, I'm telling you, every single thing that you've been through, process it, accept it, forgive it, and don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't ever forget it, you know, because it's what makes you, unfortunately. But for me, it made me stronger, right? And that's it. And that's what she needs to do. If she's really on this journey, she needs to keep it fucking trucking, focus on where she's got to go. And that's for all of you, everybody, because everybody's going through something right now. Everybody's going through an issue, something, or you're trying to go somewhere in life. That's how you do it. You have to let go of shit that's going to drag you down and hold you back, which is trauma. You got to let it go because it no longer serves us. And we're letting go of people, places, and things that no longer serve us, okay? And it's best for you, better for your children, better for your husband, better for your wife. It's just better all around for us as people. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.